I thought the left at least claimed to be for free speech, for transparency, but apparently not when it comes to Twitter. In fact, not when it comes to anything at all. The media left has instead been attacking the world's richest man, Elon Musk, for buying Twitter and then promising, good heavens, to bring back free speech on this critical social media platform that's used by so many politicians and journalists too. Now, Twitter censors had banned many conservatives and, most incredibly, banned US President Donald Trump for reasons it struggled to explain. But now Musk has allowed two prominent media figures to publish the internal debates that went on inside Twitter that led to Trump being banned. And Musk says these communications, they showed Trump didn't violate Twitter's rules and that banning him was done to please activist employees who had likened Trump to a Nazi. Joining me is Sky News US correspondent Annalise Nielsen. Annalise Nielsen, thank you for joining me. What is Elon Musk up to by getting journalists to publish these internal communications?
Well, I think it's safe to say he's up to a lot more than he's letting on. This would be to send a really strong message internally that he's in charge and he wants to see some systems change. We know that to be true. But look, today the Trust and Safety Council has been disbanded. Now, this was really key to doing a lot of that internal moderation that's been the frustration of many, not just Elon Musk. But this has more specifically gone down to the censoring of conservatives on the social media platform specifically. And so this is why he's releasing these emails. Now, it is going straight to these journalists that are filtering it out to the general public. That's been the source of criticism, especially from the more liberal side of things in the United States, saying, well, they're putting a spin on it. They're not putting context onto the censorship of some of these individuals because they would have been breaching things like hate speech around LGBTQ plus individuals, all that kind of stuff. But the whole point of this exercise is context. We're starting to see the decisions and how they were made internally. And for a social media platform like this that is so influential, that's used by governments and powerful figures around the world, this is the kind of transparency we need to see exactly how these decisions are made, because there are strong ramifications from it. So, for instance, we're seeing today the decision around taking Donald Trump off Twitter. And the last two tweets that seem to push him over the edge, these internal emails show he didn't actually breach any of their internal policies. It was a staff decision that they didn't like where it was heading.
And I don't understand why so many on the left are furious that, one, Elon Musk wants a more open debate, two, that is exposing the debate inside Twitter to scrutiny. How can you be against that? And as for the criticism the journalist is using to do this, Bari Weiss happens to be a former New York Times journalist of tremendous repute. I don't know what they can have against her. So in the end, I was struck, though, by the fact that inside Twitter, now obviously they were outnumbered, there were people saying, we can't be doing this, we can't be into this censorship. One from China, someone from China who now works for Twitter, really struck me. You too?
Yeah, I found this really interesting. This one bit in particular where they've said in this internal email, maybe because I'm from China, I deeply understand how censorship can destroy the public conversation. And another response was, I understand this fear, but I also think it's important to understand that censorship by a government is very different than censorship of the government. The First Amendment in the US and similar legislation in other countries with similar concepts exist specifically to prevent the government from silencing people. This is a really intelligent debate, and I don't know why the rest of us weren't brought in on it. When something as consequential as deplatforming a president of the United States, why not have this discussion and open? Why not trust people to come along with you? And I think it would have done a lot more to have people trust in the democratic process, to have people aware of why these decisions were being made. And I think that's what this country is all about, is being honest with people, especially when you wield this power and influence over them. You have to earn that. And that's exactly what they should have done by having these conversations out with the general public.
Absolutely correct. And I don't really see that much of a distinction between government censorship and private company censorship when the top ranks of that private company were very much in the Democrat ideological camp. So they were doing basically what very much suited what is now the government. So really, come on, let's have free speech. Annalise Nielsen, thank you so much indeed.
Absolutely. Thanks, Andrew.